45 minutes left. Archangel Michael says, a letter with shocking news about your inheritance is arriving. You will believe who sent it. Open it quickly before it's too late. Archangel Michael says, this is urgent, and you cannot delay even for a single heartbeat. Right now, as you read these words, the clock is ticking. 4 to 5 minutes remain before a sealed letter, holding the power to completely transform your life, reaches your door. You have felt this coming for days without understanding why. Strange dreams, unexpected chills, sudden moments of knowing something massive is on its way. These were not coincidences. The heavens have been trying to prepare you for this moment. But now, the final countdown has begun. This isn't an ordinary letter. This paper carries energy so powerful that even those who touch it without opening it feel an unexplainable weight. The envelope bears the handwriting of someone you once trusted but thought had forgotten you long ago. Yet, the truth is, they never stopped thinking of you. You need to understand, what's inside this letter is not just words, it's a destiny-altering revelation. A hidden inheritance tied to your bloodline is about to surface. Generations before you worked tirelessly, building wealth, land, and sacred treasures meant for you. For reasons that were kept in the shadows, this inheritance was buried under lies and manipulation. Now, at last, the truth claws its way to you. The letter comes with a story drenched in betrayal and pain. Decades ago, someone stole what belonged to your family. They manipulated legal documents, silenced witnesses, and kept you from knowing the fortune tied to your name. The person who sent this letter knows every dark detail and can no longer stay silent. As Archangel Michael watches over you now, he whispers a warning: do not hesitate when you see that envelope. Your enemies are watching, and they know you're about to uncover what they tried so hard to keep hidden. If you wait, they might snatch it away before you even hold it in your hands. In 45 minutes, this letter will reach you. The messenger delivering it has been instructed not to hand it to anyone but you. They've traveled from far away, through storms and sleepless nights, because the sender insisted that only you could break the seal. They want your eyes, your hands, to be the first to see the confession inside. This inheritance isn't just money or property. It's a key to freedom, a long-awaited justice, and a future you didn't dare dream of. The one who sent it knows that once you read it, you'll finally understand the truth about your lineage and the wealth that's been waiting for you. Even now, forces are moving in the dark, trying to stop this letter from reaching you. A relative, someone you've seen smiling at you many times, has been plotting to intercept it. They know that if you claim what is rightfully yours, their control and comfort will crumble. They're desperate, willing to do anything to stop you from knowing the truth. But Archangel Michael says heaven itself is guarding this moment. The messenger delivering it is divinely protected, shielded from harm, guided by unseen wings that ensure they won't be stopped. When they arrive, they whisper your name in a tone that feels like fate itself calling. The shocking part? The sender of this letter is not someone you hate or fear. It's someone you once believed had abandoned you completely, someone whose name, when you see it written on the envelope, will make your heart pound and your breath stop. This is not an enemy reaching out. It is a long-lost protector who has finally gathered the courage to expose the truth. Your inheritance is not only physical, it carries a spiritual weight. This wealth has been cursed for years because it never reached the rightful hands. Once you hold the letter, read it, and claim what is yours. That curse will break. Suddenly, doors in your life that have been locked will swing wide open. Imagine opening it and seeing pages filled with secrets your family kept hidden for decades. Legal proofs of land, gold, or assets they told you never existed, stories of betrayal that explain why your path has been so hard. And finally, instructions guiding you step by step to reclaim every last piece of it. Archangel Michael says that this moment was written in the divine timeline long before you were born. Heaven knew there would come a day when truth would no longer stay buried. A day is today, and you are the chosen heir who will finally end generations of silence. The reason you won't believe who sent it is because they risked everything to reach you. They've been living under pressure, threatened by those who benefited from keeping you in the dark. For years, they held their tongue, but now the guilt has grown too heavy. The letter is their final act of redemption, a way to make things right before it's too late for both of you. But you must be ready. The moment you open it, people will know. The energy will shift around you, and those who stole from you will panic. They will try to confuse you, to convince you it's a trick. Archangel Michael warns you now. Trust what you read inside. It's the pure truth heaven has fought to deliver to your hands. In the final moments, Archangel Michael stands beside you as you hold the letter. He speaks softly, telling you to breathe, to stay calm as you peel open the seal. The contents will shake you, bringing tears, anger, and finally, liberation. Once you read it, you will know exactly why life led you here, to this single moment of truth and freedom. And when the transformation begins, when justice returns and the fortune rightfully enters your hands, remember, heaven moved mountains to make this happen for you. Archangel Michael says, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Michael says, listen carefully because this moment hath been written in the heavens long before you even existed in this lifetime. The weight of generations, the voice of ancestors, and the echo of promises unfulfilled are now converging into a single envelope that's racing toward you. Every second that passes brings you closer to unlocking a truth that darkness tried desperately to bury, even as you sit reading this. Forces are shifting. Somewhere not too far from you, a courier holds this sacred letter. They may not fully understand what they are carrying, but their spirit feels it, their hands tingle with the energy of divine intervention. They keep looking over their shoulder because they know someone might try to stop them. 4 to 5 minutes isn't long, yet it's enough for heaven's army to surround you in unseen protection. Michael has already dispatched his strongest guardians to ensure nothing interferes this time. You've been delayed before, moments when you felt something big was about to arrive, but it never came. It was sabotage. It's time. It will not be stopped. This inheritance is more than wealth. It's a revelation of who you truly are. For years, you've felt out of place, questioning why certain opportunities slipped away or why you struggled while others thrived. The reason has been hidden in this very secret: your rightful abundance was stolen before you even had a chance to claim it. Imagine a long-forgotten mansion standing on acres of untouched land, surrounded by gates rusted with time. Within its walls, portraits of your lineage gather dust, waiting for you to step in and restore the glory of your family name. This is not fantasy. These are places and possessions tied to you by blood, denied to you by greed. The person who sent this letter knows all of this. They were once trapped in silence, manipulated by others who feared the power you would hold if you knew the truth. For years, they watched injustice thrive, praying for a moment when it would be safe to speak. That moment is now. Archangel Michael says the sender has been visited by divine visions for weeks, each one urging them to write this letter before their time runs out. They've poured every detail, every document, every key instruction into its pages. When you open it, you will not only see words, you'll feel their soul reaching out to you, begging for forgiveness and offering you redemption, but you must stay vigilant. There is someone, very close to you, who senses what's happening. They can't see the letter, but they feel it spiritually, like a storm brewing that threatens to wash away everything they've built on lies. This person is restless right now, pacing floors, making frantic phone calls, and plotting to block you. This is why the heavens timed it precisely. The messenger was chosen for their courage and loyalty, someone impossible to bribe or trick. They are carrying not just paper but destiny itself. They are approaching your location with determination carved into their every step, knowing the world will never be the same once this reaches you. Think of this as the final chapter in a book that was supposed to be yours but was stolen before you could read it. Generations of wealth. Treasures buried in safety vaults, properties registered under false names, all waiting for the rightful heir to awaken and reclaim them. Archangel Michael says your life has felt like a puzzle missing its central piece. This letter is that missing piece. Once placed, everything will make sense. Those sleepless nights, moments of despair, even betrayals you couldn't explain, they were all threads leading to this divine revelation. 4 to 5 minutes is all that stands between the you of today and the you who will finally stand in their full power. You not doubt this. Every spiritual sign you've been seeing, repeated numbers, sudden chills, visions, and dreams, was heaven screaming this truth into your soul. The sender's name will make your heart stop for a moment. This is someone you thought was long gone from your life. Perhaps you believed they didn't care or that they had moved on without a second thought. In reality, they were silently protecting you, hiding in shadows, gathering evidence and courage to finally break their silence. When you see their name on the envelope, memories will flood back, moments you shared, things they said that never quite made sense back then. Only now will you understand they were dropping hints, trying to lead you toward this very moment without exposing themselves too soon. This isn't just about material wealth, it's spiritual healing, generational justice. The pain your ancestors endured, the injustices they couldn't fight. All of it now rests on your shoulders to correct. And you will, because heaven has declared it so. But know this, claiming what is yours will not come without resistance. As soon as you open that letter, your enemies will know. They will rise like a swarm, desperate to discredit, confuse, and frighten you. Archangel Michael says they will not succeed, for divine power walks with you. The messenger will arrive breathless, almost glowing from the unseen force guiding them. They will look at you like they've found a long-lost soul they were meant to save. With trembling hands, they'll pass you the envelope, whispering words that sound like prophecy itself. As you take it, you will feel a surge of energy through your fingertips. This is the spirits of your ancestors recognizing their heir at last. The seal will practically hum, vibrating with the power of truths too long suppressed. And when you break it, Page after page will pour out secrets hidden in vaults, legal loopholes exploited to cheat you, and the names of those who benefited from your loss. But it will also hold keys, literal and spiritual, to unlock everything stolen from you. Archangel Michael says this is the moment heaven has fought to reach for centuries. Nothing can stop it now. Not fear, not lies. Not even the dark hands trying to pull you away from destiny. You must only be brave enough to accept it when it arrives. Archangel Michael says, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Michael says, child of light, as the clock ticks down, you must prepare yourself for the weight of this revelation. The air around you is already shifting. If you pause for a moment and simply breathe, you can almost feel it, a subtle hum in the atmosphere, like the earth itself is vibrating with anticipation. This is no ordinary message. It carries centuries of pain, hidden truths, and an inheritance shielded by divine protection. Your ancestors have been watching from the higher realms, whispering your name into the winds, praying for this moment. They knew one day, someone strong enough, courageous enough, and divinely chosen would rise to reclaim everything that was taken. The chosen one is you. Minutes are slipping away faster now. The messenger, miles away, holds the letter tightly against their chest. They face obstacles already, mysterious delays, vehicles breaking down, even sudden storms. These weren't accidents. They were desperate attempts by dark forces to halt destiny. Yet, guided by Archangel Michael, every obstacle has fallen away like dust in the wind. The sender of this letter has lived in torment for years, knowing the truth and staying silent. Each night they've woken up drenched in sweat, haunted by dreams of your face, by the guilt of withholding what's rightfully yours. Their courage to finally send this letter came after a divine encounter, a vision of Archangel Michael himself, commanding them to act before it's too late. This is why you must not doubt the authenticity of this message when you hold it. Heaven orchestrated every detail, from the ink on the paper to the exact timing of its arrival. Nothing about this is coincidence. As you wait, flashes of memory may surface. Times you sensed you didn't belong where you were, or times you felt something immense was missing from your life. You couldn't name it, but it was always there, a silent ache. That ache is tied to this very inheritance. Generations ago, your ancestors amassed wealth, land, and spiritual treasures meant to flow down through your bloodline. But greed entered like a shadow. Family members you were taught to trust conspired with outsiders to cut you off. They forged documents, manipulated courts, and spread lies so convincing that even you began to believe you were never meant to receive anything. But Archangel Michael says, truth cannot stay buried forever. The divine timeline has finally aligned. The false owners are trembling now, for they know the rightful heir is awakening. Somewhere near your home, hidden eyes are watching. These are people who know a portion of what's coming, but are terrified you'll learn the full truth. They've made calls to lawyers. They've dug up old documents, trying to find a way to stop you from claiming this wealth. But the problem for them is, it's no longer a matter of law or manipulation. This inheritance is now protected by heaven's decree. No earthly power can override what's about to happen, even if they destroy every file, every record. This letter alone has the power to restore it all. Inside it are keys to vaults, names of witnesses, secret bank accounts, and proof no court can deny. Archangel Michael says you've been spiritually tested for this very moment. Every betrayal, every loss, every tear you've shed has forged you into the warrior who can now handle this responsibility. If you had received it earlier, it might have been squandered or stolen again. But now, you're ready. The messenger approaches your street, their steps quickening as if invisible wings pushed them forward. You've been given strict instructions. No one else must touch this envelope. When they see you, they'll recognize your aura immediately, a radiant glow that has been forming around you all week without you noticing. As they hand it to you, time itself will feel like it slows. The world around you will fade into silence, even your heartbeat will pause for a fraction of a second. This is heaven's way of marking a divine moment. When you finally tear open the seal, your destiny will roar to life. The first page will contain a name you know well, yet never expected to see again. This name alone will send shockwaves through your soul. It might be a relative you thought despised you or someone you believed passed away long ago, a truth. They've been alive, hiding, or silent for reasons you will soon understand. Paragraph after paragraph will unveil truth your enemies swore you would never see. They'll confess how they tried to protect you, how they fought against forces much larger than themselves, and how finally, with heaven's push, they found the strength to give you what's rightfully yours. Inside the letter will also be a small, ancient key. This key unlocks a safety deposit box untouched for decades. Within it lies the final proof of your inheritance. Documents, deeds, and items so valuable they've been kept hidden from the world. Archangel Michael says, do not let fear make you hesitate. Once you hold that envelope, darkness will whisper lies into your mind, trying to convince you it's fake or dangerous. These whispers are nothing but the last gasps of defeated spirits who know they are losing their grip on your destiny. Heaven assures you, this is real, divinely appointed, and unstoppable. Your enemies may try to block you from opening it. Phones will ring, distractions will appear. Someone may even knock at your door pretending to need you elsewhere. Recognize these as traps. Do not move, do not delay. Take the envelope, close your door, and open it in private, and when you do, you will feel the presence of Archangel Michael beside you. His light will fill the room, shielding you from any dark interference. As you read each word, you'll feel chains breaking off your spirit, generational curses will snap, ancestral wounds will begin to heal, and blessings dammed up for years will finally flow freely into your life. Your path will shift overnight. New doors will open that you never imagined. People will suddenly apologize for their wrongs. Court cases will mysteriously turn in your favor. Hidden allies will step forward, offering help you didn't know you needed. This isn't just money. This is freedom, justice, and restoration of a legacy that's been crying out for you to claim it. In these final moments of waiting, Archangel Michael places his hand over your heart, calming your spirit and preparing you for what's next. No matter how heavy the revelation feels, you are strong enough to bear it. You were born for this. When the clock strikes 0 and the knock at your door comes, remember these words, this is your moment. Take it, read it, believe it, and rise into the destiny heaven has always held for you. Archangel Michael says, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $1. 20. Archangel Michael says, the final stretch of this divine countdown has begun, the energy around you is intensifying. Shadows that once lingered are being pushed back by a light so powerful, even those who oppose you can feel its weight pressing against their plans. The messenger is closer now than ever before. They've battled their way through roadblocks, crossed territories where unseen forces tried to lead them astray. But heaven's guidance has been relentless. Every detour led to the fastest path, every delay crushed under divine intervention. Archangel Michael has personally flown beside this courier, ensuring not a single hand of darkness touches that envelope. In these last minutes, you might feel your pulse race without explanation. A deep stirring in your soul may make you pace the room or glance repeatedly at your window, sensing that something, or someone, is drawing near. That's no coincidence. Your spirit recognizes the arrival of truth before your eyes do. There's movement nearby, someone else knows the letter is about to be delivered. Their motives are not pure. Perhaps a relative or family friend, this person is driven by panic, realizing their empire of lies is crumbling. They are making frantic calls, sending messages, whispering orders to people who owe them favors. Their instructions are clear. Stop that letter from being delivered at all costs. But they are forgetting one thing. This inheritance is shielded by a force they cannot comprehend. The moment they plot against it, Michael's army moves in, cutting their influence like threads snapping in a storm. The courier, now only minutes away, holds the letter with trembling hands. Sweat beads on their forehead, not from fear of man, but from the immense spiritual energy radiating from that envelope. They've never felt anything like it before. Your heart pounds as whispers of angelic voices encourage them, keep going. Don't stop. This is destiny. From a distance, they can already see your neighborhood. A golden aura seems to rise from your home, visible only to the spiritually awakened. It's a beacon calling them in, signaling that the rightful heir is waiting. They step faster, guided by the unseen but unmistakable presence of divine power. Inside your home, the atmosphere grows thick with expectation. Lights may flicker slightly, the air may feel charged as if a storm is building indoors. These are signs that spiritual barriers are being broken. For the first time in decades, justice is no longer hidden. It's marching straight toward you. Your ancestors gather in spirit around you now. If you close your eyes, you might even feel them, hands on your shoulders, whispers of encouragement brushing your ear. They've waited lifetimes for this. They know that once you open that letter, everything they were robbed of will finally be restored. A sound at your door breaks the tension. A single, deliberate knock. It's not hurrying, not weak. It's steady and strong, like destiny itself demanding to be answered. Archangel Michael stands beside you, his presence massive, wings stretched wide to block any dark energy lingering near. His sword of light glimmers invisibly, ready to strike down interference. You whisper softly, "This is it. Open the door. Take what is yours." You step forward, your heart hammering. Each stride feels like walking through history itself, through generations of silence and pain. Your hand reaches for the doorknob, and as it turns, the world seems to hold its breath. Before you stands the courier, eyes shining, as if they've just walked out of a celestial vision. They hold the letter out with both hands, bowing their heads slightly, as though offering something sacred. "This is for you," they say, your voice trembling with emotion. "I was told only you can open this. The envelope is heavier than you imagined." A strange warmth pulses from it, like a heartbeat. The handwriting on the front makes your chest tighten. It's a name you know, one you thought you'd never see again. For a moment, time stops. Everything fades, the sounds outside, erasing thoughts, until it's just you and the letter. The spiritual weight of destiny is now fully in your grasp. Michael's voice echoes in your mind, "You have done well to wait for this moment. But this is only the beginning. Inside lies the truth that will set your lineage free." You close the door gently and step into the silence of your home. Every step toward your table feels like walking into another realm. The ancestors' whispers grow louder, their presence filling the room. Even the walls seem to lean in, as if your entire home knows history is about to be rewritten. You place the envelope on the table. Your hands hover above it, feeling the vibrations of power surging through its seal. The air is thick with divine energy now, and you know you're not just opening paper. You're opening a spiritual floodgate. Archangel Michael says, "The moment has come to break the seal." The envelope rests in front of you like a slumbering giant. Its weight is more than physical. It carries decades of suppressed truths, divine justice, and a destiny too powerful to remain hidden. Your hands tremble slightly, not from fear, but from the magnitude of what's about to happen. The room feels alive. Curtains sway despite closed windows, a faint golden glow dances along the walls. You're not alone. Heavenly beings stand watch, forming a protective circle around you. No dark force can cross that barrier now. With one final deep breath, you slide your finger under the seal. The paper tears with a sound that feels like thunder in a silent valley. The envelope opens, and the energy inside surges into the air, filling your lungs with something electric. It's as though you've unlocked a vault in both heaven and earth. The first thing you see is a single handwritten sentence at the top of the page: "Forgive me for waiting so long, but I can't leave this world knowing you never learned the truth." Tears prick your eyes before you even realize you're crying. The signature below that line nearly knocks the breath out of your lungs. It's from someone you believed was long gone, someone whose absence left a wound in your soul that never healed. Descender is a blood relative. Perhaps a parent, grandparent, or someone you trusted deeply in childhood but thought had abandoned you. In reality, they never abandoned you. They were silenced, threatened, and pushed into hiding by those who wanted your inheritance for themselves. The letter explains everything in raw, unfiltered detail. Years ago, a powerful figure in your family orchestrated a plan to strip you of your birthright. They bribed officials, forged signatures, and even staged betrayals that made you believe certain people were against you. Every hardship, every unexplained barrier you faced growing up was part of their strategy to keep you away from what was rightfully yours. But destiny cannot be rewritten forever. The letter reveals that your relative has spent years gathering evidence, fighting silently in the shadows, risking their own life to prepare this moment for you. They've secured legal documents, keys to estates, and proof of fraud so irrefutable that no one can deny your claim once you present it. Inside the envelope is also a map, hand-drawn and marked with places you never knew existed, hidden properties under your name, safe houses where priceless heirlooms were locked away, and bank accounts brimming with untouched wealth meant for you alone. Archangel Michael says this inheritance isn't just material. The sender speaks of a spiritual vault, blessings accumulated over centuries that have been waiting to be unlocked by you. These include talents you've only glimpsed, wisdom that will awaken as soon as you step into your rightful position, and divine favor that will propel you into unimaginable heights of purpose and prosperity. They confessed that for years, they doubted this day would ever come. They were haunted, silenced by threats, but each time they faltered, they received visions from heaven, a radiant figure with wings of fire urging them not to give up. That figure was Archangel Michael himself, guiding them until they found the courage to send you this truth. As you read deeper, the pages reveal shocking names of those who betrayed you. Some are people you still see regularly, smiling in your face while hiding their part in the deception. Others are distant, operating behind closed doors, believing their crimes were buried forever. But every detail is here: dates, signatures, witnesses ready to speak. A letter is a weapon of divine justice, powerful enough to dismantle decades of corruption in an instant. And then, the sender's final words: by the time you read this, my life may have ended or changed forever. I accept that fate. What matters is that you, my beloved, finally hold the truth. This inheritance is yours. It always has been. Take it, rise and break the chains our enemies placed upon us. A small, metallic clink draws your attention. Inside the envelope is an ancient key, its handle carved with symbols you've never seen yet strangely recognize. The letter explains it opens a hidden vault beneath a long-forgotten family estate. Within that vault lies the final proof of your inheritance and treasures worth more than gold. Artifacts of your lineage, sacred objects infused with spiritual power, and sealed documents that make you the undeniable heir. Archangel Michael whispers, "You see now, child, why darkness fought so hard to keep this from you. But they failed. Now, you must take the next step." You clutch the key in your hand, feeling its energy surge through your veins. The room grows brighter as if heaven itself is shining down on you. For the first time, you fully understand. Everything you lost, every obstacle, every injustice was part of a larger battle between light and darkness for your destiny. Now, the battle is over. You've won without even realizing it. The truth is yours, your inheritance is calling, and no one can take it from you again. Archangel Michael says, "Child of divine promise, you now stand at the threshold of transformation." With the letter in your hands and the key burning warmly in your palm, your entire life is shifting. No longer are you the one denied, silenced, or overlooked. Heaven itself has declared you the rightful heir, and now you must rise to claim what is yours. The revelation in that letter shakes you to your core. Each name exposed feels like a dagger of betrayal, yet each detail is a weapon of truth. Faces flash in your mind, relatives, distant cousins, and even close family friends who smiled while hiding their guilt. The weight of their deception presses against your chest, but Archangel Michael speaks gently into your spirit: do not be consumed by anger. Use this truth as your sword, not vengeance. As dawn begins to break, you gather your strength. The first step is confronting those who have tried to bury this inheritance. The letter includes a secret recording, undeniable evidence of their plot to strip you of your destiny. With trembling hands, you play it, and their voices fill the room. They laugh. They scheme, confident you'd never discover the truth. Tears sting your eyes, but resolve heartens in your heart. No longer will you be silent. No longer will their power go unchecked. This ends today. You make the journey to the old estate marked on the hand-drawn map. The road there feels surreal, every mile echoing with ancestral whispers urging you onward. Archangel Michael's presence is felt in every gust of wind, every ray of sunlight breaking through clouds, as you approach the gates, rusted but still standing. You know you're stepping into history. Your history. The grounds are overgrown, but the energy is undeniable. The land remembers you. Birds gather in unusual numbers, circling as if celebrating your return. You push open the creaking gates, and as they swing wide, a force like an invisible choir sings in your spirit, the heir has come home. The key you hold trembles in your hand, blowing faintly as you approach the mansion's entrance. The massive doors, untouched for decades, seem to breathe as you near them. When you insert the key into the lock, a surge of warmth floods your body. It's as if your ancestors are pouring their blessings into you all at once. With a slow twist, the lock clicks. And the doors swing open on their own. Dust motes dance in the sunlight streaming through broken windows, illuminating faded portraits of your lineage on the walls. Each face feels alive, eyes watching as you step inside, finally fulfilling the destiny they longed for. At the center of the mansion lies a sealed staircase descending into darkness. The letter instructed you clearly. This is where the final vault rests. You walk down, each step echoing like a heartbeat in a silent temple. The air grows cooler, yet you feel wrapped in warmth, protected by unseen, angelic wings. At the bottom, a massive iron door awaits, symbols etched into its surface glowing softly as you approach. This is no ordinary vault. It's a sacred chamber, locked away not only by steel but by spiritual wards meant to keep intruders out. You take a deep breath and press the key into its ancient slot. A low hum fills the chamber, the ground vibrating beneath your feet. One by one, the symbols light up, until the entire door glows brilliantly. With a sound like thunder rolling through mountains, it slowly swings open. Inside, your breath catches. The chamber glistens with untouched treasures, gold bars, chests of jewels, priceless artifacts of history. But the greatest treasure is not material. At the very center, resting on a marble pedestal, is a radiant scroll glowing with divine light. You step forward, trembling, knowing this scroll is the spiritual inheritance mentioned in the letter. As you touch it, the light bursts outward, flooding the room in warmth and brilliance. Visions fill your mind, your ancestors smiling, their chains of suffering breaking, blessings cascading down generations to reach you. Archangel Michael's voice booms, clear and powerful. The battle is won. The enemy's deception is shattered. This inheritance is sealed to you forever by heaven's decree. Walk in it, child of divine promise, and restore what was stolen. Back at the surface, word of your discovery spreads. Those who plotted against you are exposed, their influence crumbling like sandcastles in a rising tide. Some flee, others fall to their knees begging forgiveness. You stand unshaken, shielded by divine justice and wisdom poured into your spirit. Courts recognize you as the rightful heir without question. Properties, lands, fortunes, everything stolen is returned, but more importantly, spiritual chains binding your family for generations snap apart. Healing flows like a river through every living relative, washing away curses and restoring divine favor. In the weeks that follow, your life transforms completely. You rebuild the estate not just as a home, but as a sanctuary of light. The wealth serves a higher purpose, lifting the broken, feeding the hungry, blessing others just as heaven has blessed you. Archangel Michael stands beside you always, guiding your steps, his words echo in your heart. This is why darkness tried to destroy you. Not because of what you were, but because of what you were destined to become. As you gaze out over the restored lands, you know the truth. The 45 minutes of suspense led to a lifetime of victory. The latter wasn't just news of inheritance, it was a divine awakening. And now, nothing and no one will ever take it from you again. Archangel Michael says, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Michael says, even after you've unlocked the vault and witnessed your legacy restored. Heaven's plan for you does not end there. The inheritance you've reclaimed carries a spiritual mission far greater than earthly riches. This mission will ripple through generations to come, transforming countless lives. Weeks have passed since the revelation, yet the memory of that letter's arrival still feels like yesterday. Every time you look at it, carefully preserved in its frame, a shiver of destiny runs down your spine. You know now that this was no ordinary delivery. It was a heavenly intervention timed to perfection. Your enemies, once smug in their deception, now live in the shadows of shame. Many have vanished, stripped of influence. Some remain, pleading for forgiveness they never thought they'd need. You, standing taller than ever, offer mercy where heaven guides you to. It shocks them because they expected revenge. Instead, you become a vessel of divine justice and grace. The estate you reclaimed hums with renewed life. Fields once barren now bloom with colors unseen in decades. Birds that vanished generations ago have returned. Visitors often remark how peaceful and strangely holy the grounds feel, unaware that angels themselves walk those paths invisibly, ensuring this sanctuary remains protected. Within the mansion, you've discovered rooms untouched by time. Libraries with ancient journals, hidden stairways leading to secret prayer chambers, and an altar built by ancestors who dedicated this land to divine service. These discoveries confirm what Archangel Michael whispered. This inheritance was not just material wealth, but a spiritual mantle passed down to you. One day, while exploring a forgotten wing of the mansion, you stumble upon a golden chest. Its lock is identical to the key from the letter. As you open it, light floods the room. Inside, you find scrolls written by your ancestors themselves, prophecies foretelling a chosen heir who would come to restore the family's honor and serve as a beacon of light to the world. Reading those words sends chills through your body. The descriptions match you exactly, the struggles you endured, the pain of betrayal, the moment of revelation when the letter arrived. A force of not only your coming, but the angelic intervention that would ensure this moment. That night, Archangel Michael appears in a dream brighter than daylight. His voice is calm yet powerful as he speaks. You have fulfilled a divine promise made long ago. The inheritance was only the beginning. Through you, justice has prevailed, blessings have been restored, and generations yet unborn will live free from the chains of darkness. But your journey continues. you must now use what you've been given to heal, to lead, and to awaken others who have been robbed of their own divine heritage. From that moment, you dedicate your life not just to enjoying your restored fortune, but to transforming it into a force for good. You build homes for the homeless, create sanctuaries for the broken-hearted, and fund missions that rescue the oppressed. Each act of kindness feels like another layer of ancestral pain being healed. The world begins to notice. People speak of a mysterious heir who rose from nowhere, breaking generations of silence and injustice. They can't explain the miracles surrounding you, court victories against impossible odds, weather shifting to protect your land, and enemies mysteriously abandoning their plots against you. What they don't see is Archangel Michael walking beside you through every challenge, whispering divine strategies that no earthly wisdom could imagine. What they don't hear are the angelic choirs that now sing nightly over your estate, declaring that light has triumphed over darkness. Years later, on the anniversary of receiving that life-changing letter, you hold it once again. Tears of gratitude stream down your face as you whisper to the heavens, "Thank you for not letting me miss this. Thank you for trusting me with this legacy." Archangel Michael's voice fills the room one last time. "Child, know this. Had you ignored the signs, had you turned away, darkness would have claimed victory. But because you opened your heart and embraced your destiny, you have rewritten history itself. Your name will echo in the heavens for eternity as the one who restored what was stolen and used it to build the kingdom of light on earth." And as you stand on the balcony of the restored mansion, looking out over lands now thriving, you know without a single doubt, the letter that arrived in those 45 minutes wasn't just news of an inheritance. It was a divine call, a rescue mission, and a turning point that altered not just your life, but the destiny of everyone connected to your bloodline, past, present, and future. Archangel Michael says, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Michael says, though you have stepped into your inheritance and embraced your destiny, heaven's movement over your life has only grown stronger. The mansion may stand restored. The lands may flourish again, but there are deeper layers to this divine revelation, layers that will continue to unfold as you walk this chosen path. Months after reclaiming your fortune, you begin to notice a new phenomenon. At night, a gentle light appears above the mansion, visible only to the pure in heart. Travelers passing through are drawn to it, feeling an unexplainable peace in its flow. Scholars and spiritual leaders visit, claiming they sense an angelic presence saturating the ground. You know exactly why. This is the place where injustice was overturned, where a divine battle was fought and won. The letter, the key, and your courage to open that destiny awakened a protective barrier that no darkness can penetrate. Archangel Michael himself has stationed warriors around your home, ensuring that not a single shadow can cross its borders. The hidden vault beneath the mansion continues to reveal secrets. On a quiet morning, while exploring further, you discover a second sealed chamber. With guidance from Michael, you use the same ancient key to unlock it. Inside, you find ancestral artifacts, armor, swords, and sacred scrolls infused with divine energy. These aren't ordinary relics. The scrolls detail how your ancestors were once guardians of sacred treasures, chosen by heaven to preserve light on earth. The betrayal that stole your inheritance wasn't just about wealth. It was an attempt to sever your family's divine covenant and silence its spiritual calling. But heaven's plans cannot be broken. The moment you open that first letter, the covenant was restored. Angelic power that lay dormant for generations now flows through you. Miracles become frequent, not just in your own life but in the lives of those you bless. Illnesses vanish when you pray, broken families reconcile when you speak peace, and those living in despair find hope simply by being near you. Word spreads beyond borders. Pilgrims travel from distant lands just to stand at the gates of your restored estate. They say they can hear faint, angelic hymns in the wind, and some swear they've seen a towering figure with flaming wings guarding the entrance. You know it is Michael himself, watching day and night. One evening, while watching the sunset over your lands, you feel a familiar warmth, Michael's presence beside you. His voice is calm, carrying both pride and purpose. Child of light, what began with a letter has grown into a divine movement. Darkness tried to erase your lineage, but heaven used you to restore it. Now, you are not only an heir of earthly wealth, but a keeper of a celestial legacy. Many will come to you seeking truth, protection, and guidance. You must not turn them away. This is why heaven fought for your inheritance, to place you as a lighthouse for the lost. In the following years, you transform part of the mansion into a sanctuary. Guest halls once filled with silence now echo with prayers, psalms of gratitude, and teachings of divine wisdom. Families once broken by greed and injustice find refuge under your roof. Children orphaned by betrayal are adopted into love and safety. Your fortune multiplies, not through earthly schemes, but by divine multiplication. Every time you give, it returns tenfold. Every time you bless another, your influence expands. Governments, courts, and rulers who once conspired against you now seek your counsel, recognizing that unseen forces walk with you. And still, you never forget that critical moment, the 45 minutes when everything could have been lost forever. Each anniversary, you hold the letter and thank the one who sent it. You know that somewhere, whether in this world or the next, they are smiling, their soul finally at peace knowing justice prevailed. One day, as you pray in the sanctuary's garden, the sky above opens in a vision. A beam of light descends, and Archangel Michael appears fully, wings blazing like living fire. The ground trembles gently under his presence. He speaks words you will carry forever. You have done more than reclaim wealth. You have broken chains that bound your ancestors for centuries. You have healed wounds unseen by the world. And because of this, heaven marks you as a guardian, not just of this estate, but of a divine legacy that will stretch into eternity, as long as your bloodline remains. My sword will remain drawn to protect it. Tears of gratitude stream down your face as you kneel, feeling the weight of this eternal covenant. This is more than you ever imagined, a destiny not just for your lifetime but for generations unborn. The once stolen inheritance is now transformed into a beacon of light for the world. And it all began with a letter that arrived in the final 45 minutes, delivered under heaven's unstoppable command. Archangel Michael says, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Michael says, even though victory has already been secured, heaven has not yet finished unveiling the full measure of what this inheritance means. What you've uncovered, the treasures you've reclaimed, and the legacy you've revived are only a glimpse of the eternal ripple effect this moment has ignited. Years after the day the letter arrived, your name becomes a symbol of divine justice around the world. People speak of the miracle inheritance that no human force could stop. Pilgrimages begin. Ordinary people, broken by betrayal or loss, travel to your sanctuary seeking hope. Many of them arrive weeping, having suffered the same cruelty you once endured, robbed of what was rightfully theirs. Each time, you guide them, sharing your story. You hand them pieces of wisdom Michael whispered into your heart. Darkness can steal what is yours for a season. But heaven always has a final move, and as they leave your sanctuary, miracles follow them. Lost inheritances restored, broken families healed, and justice delivered where courts had failed for decades. Inside the mansion, a room once sealed for centuries has been transformed into the hall of ancestral light. Portraits of your lineage now glow softly, as if infused with divine energy. In the center of the hall rests the very letter that started it all, encased in glass. Visitors stand before it in awe, some moved to tears without knowing why. Spiritual leaders from around the globe visit to witness the supernatural peace that envelopes your home. Many confess they've seen angels walking the corridors at night, whispering prayers over every visitor. Some nights, faint golden feathers appear in hallways, physical reminders that Michael's warriors have touched earth here. Your bloodline begins to flourish again. Children born into your family grow up with an unshakable sense of destiny. Unlike past generations, they are never denied their birthright. They walk boldly in divine favor, shielded from the betrayals and curses that plagued your ancestors. This generational restoration fulfills Michael's promise. As long as your bloodline remains, my sword will remain drawn to protect it. Decades later, standing in the sanctuary garden now fully alive with rare flowers and crystal-clear springs. You feel time slow around you. You know heaven is near. A sudden gust of wind sweeps across the land, yet instead of scattering leaves, it gathers them into a spiral of light. From this radiant vortex, Archangel Michael himself descends, his presence more overwhelming than ever before. The earth hums beneath his golden boots and his sword gleams like 1,000 suns. He speaks words that etch themselves into your spirit forever. Beloved child of the Most High, what began in 4 to 5 fragile minutes has turned into an eternal monument of heaven's power. The letter was a test of faith, a breaking of chains, and a beacon to countless souls yet to be born. Because you opened it and embraced the truth. Heaven has altered the course of history. Your name is now written in eternal light, not only as an heir of earthly fortune, but as a guardian of divine justice. This legacy will never die. When you leave this world, angels will carry you to a throne of honor where you will rule as a restorer of righteousness. The ground shakes softly as angelic trumpets sound from realms unseen. A divine seal appears above the mansion, a glowing emblem visible in the sky, marking your land as eternally protected. Anyone who gazes upon it feels immediate peace knowing they stand on ground where heaven touched earth. From that day forward, no force of darkness dares approach your home, your descendants, or your restored fortune. The story of your inheritance becomes legend, a testimony of what happens when heaven intervenes and a chosen soul answers its call without fear. In your final years, surrounded by children and grandchildren walking in light, you reflect on it all, the betrayal, the years of struggle, and that moment when everything could have slipped away in those 4 to 5 minutes. You whisper to the heavens, "Thank you for not letting me miss it. Thank you for trusting me with this destiny." As your eyes close one last time, you awaken not in darkness, but in a radiant realm of gold and light. A multitude of angels greets you, and there stands Archangel Michael, Sword Lord in honor. He extends his hand and says with a smile, "Welcome home, Blaver. The inheritance you claimed on earth was only the beginning. Now, step into the eternal riches heaven has prepared for you since the dawn of time." And as you ascend, you finally understand that single letter, arriving just in time, was not merely about wealth or property. It was heaven's rescue mission, a divine writing of history, and the opening chapter of an eternal legacy that no darkness will ever touch again. Archangel Michael says, if you wish to express your support further,